Hey everyone, it's Bob McCraney with Texas Pride Realty, and it's homestead exemption season here in Texas. I want to give everybody a little bit of advice on how to file your homestead exemption and talk to you about why it's so important. Now, let me preface this by saying I'm not an attorney. You should consult an attorney if you have legal questions. And I also don't represent the tax appraisal district. Obviously, I'm a real estate broker. But I want to show you a few things and show you what I know and hopefully help you save some money on your taxes. Homestead exemption, as I understand it, came about after Reconstruction. After the Civil War, the Texas Constitution added in homestead exemptions and homesteading for your domicile. So if you own a property on the 1st of January of a year, you have the right to designate that as your homestead. That has some legal protections to it. The home cannot be seized under some liabilities and under some losses. So that allows you to set aside your home and not have to worry that it's going to be swept away in some sort of lawsuit or something like that. Talk to an attorney, get advice on that. Homesteading your home gives you some protections from that. So the other thing that homesteading does is it gets you a tax break on the ad valorem property taxes here in Texas. Texas does not have a state income tax. So one of the few ways Texas makes money is by taxing your property. So let me give you a little example of why this is so valuable for you. Again, let me jump back for a second. You have to own your home January 1 to file the homestead in your name. That means from then on, it's homesteaded. As long as there's no transfer of title, you only have to do it once. If you live in the house for 2 years or 30 years, it should not change. Once you've homesteaded it once, you're good. But if you have not homesteaded it, you need to go back and do it now that you've lived in the house on January 1st. If you buy a home mid-year, let's say you buy a home in June, if you buy from a seller who has it homesteaded, you're fine. You will enjoy their homestead through the remainder of the year, and then in January you can homestead your own. If you buy from, let's say, a new home construction company where it was just vacant land before and there was no homestead, you're going to be out of luck for 6 or 8 months while you're waiting for January 1st to roll around. Or if you buy from an investor, they didn't have it homesteaded, you're going to be out of luck for 6 to 8 months, and then you can homestead the property. Now, people always ask me, how much does that reduce your taxes? Which is a good thing to ask, and it varies. Let me show you this spreadsheet. I am going to share my screen here, and hopefully this will work because obviously everything works when you're doing a demo. So this is public data. I am not showing you anything that you could not go out to the Denton Tax Appraisal District and find for yourself. So this is an address in my subdivision, actually. This is a home, and the improvement value, the improvement is the house itself. The value of this improvement, they say, is $129,333. The value of the land, they say, is $57,600. So the combined value of these two should be $168,621. That doesn't quite add up, does it? So, oh, I'm sorry. Let me rephrase that. The combined value of that is listed here as market value. The assessed value, so the combining of these two numbers is market value. The assessed value is $168,621. Okay, so they're defining the loss for you, this person having the homestead exemption. They feel, the tax appraisal district feels they've lost $18,312. So they feel that they can't assess you as much because you have homestead exemption. And if you look at the value, this is a column I added, of the market value minus the assessed value, this person, it's 90.2%. So this person is saving roughly 9% by having the homestead exemption. Now, you'll notice that this number changes. This is 100%. That means this is not a homesteaded property. It may be an investor. You're going to see a lot of 90, 95, 92 in here. What's interesting is if you sort this spreadsheet, there are people in this spreadsheet who have up to like 75%. So they saved roughly 25% on their taxes. And how they've done that is, I suspect, this one is lovely, 74.9%. So their assessed value is only 133,000, and their market value is this. So here's what could be happening. Either they have multiple exemptions. Maybe they have an over 65 exemption. Maybe they have a disabled vet exemption. There could be some other elements at play here. But if they are a person who protests their taxes every year, they could be knocking this back. So one thing you want to do is in the middle of the year, we get our assessed value for the following year's taxes. You need to protest that value every year, and we can help you with that. What happens is taxes are due in December, but you find out the value of what those taxes are going to be in May and April of a year. So in May or April, you'll get an assessment letter saying, we consider the value of your home to be $250,000. And you want to look at the previous year's assessment and say, hey, did that go up significantly? Does that equal the market value of my home right now? You want to file a protest every year with the tax assessor and say, I don't think my home's worth $250,000. I only think it's worth $230,000. And they may or may not agree with you. They may squabble with you. But if you can get them to knock it down a little bit each year or a lot each year, then they can't raise it again the subsequent year. So when we're looking at this data here, it could be a little bit confusing because these people may have multiple exemptions. We won't be able to necessarily tell that. But it may also be that they protested their taxes every year and tried to knock their values down, which is something any of us as property owners can do. So I'm going to embed some links here so that you can go out and fill out the homestead exemption yourself. You do not need to pay anybody to do the homestead exemption. You can file it for free. You will get letters in the mail saying for $40 or $60, somebody will come along and file your homestead exemption. Please don't fall for that. You can file it for free. I'm going to put the links into this video below. I have the link for Denton, Tarrant, and Collin counties. They're blank forms. And then Dallas County does it by the address. So if you own a house in Dallas County, you type in the address and it will bring up the form already pre-populated and ready to go. I don't know of any county that charges any fee to file this form, so please don't do that. If you have any questions, you can email me back at the links below. My email address is bob@bobmccraney.com. I'm by far no expert, but this is what I know about taxes, property taxes here in Dallas, Fort Worth, and in Texas. If you have any questions, just ask. I'll be happy to help. Take care, and I hope this was helpful. Let me know in the comments below. Bye-bye.